Hey friends, I'm coming in for another kitchen experiment video today. So I, of course, have still been playing with my protein breading recipe that's just been so fun to make all kinds of different things out of. I have made chicken strips, chicken nuggets, fish sticks, onion rings, popcorn shrimp. I still need to make a video on that, but I did do it and it worked out great. And because this breading gets so crispy and has such a delicious flavor, I've been trying to find a way to make a cracker with it. And I thought it was going to be pretty simple. I thought if I just mixed the breading with some cream and some egg, just like I do with my egg wash when I'm breading something, that I'd be able to make like a cracker batter and cook it. And I did do that and it was okay. It kind of got a little tough. Now I think it would be pretty good if I were able to do it and get it like really paper thin, but that's really hard to do with like a rolling pin. Maybe if I had like a pasta maker or something. Anyways, so I'm still working on just a pure protein cracker, but I was brainstorming ways to try to make a cracker another way, and I decided to try cheese slices, and I got a pretty interesting result. I used sharp cheddar slices, and these are the last two that are left. I had to save them because the kids wanted to eat them all, and they turned into pillows. The kids called them cheesy crunchy pillows or something like that, which is an amazing name, but they are completely hollow on the inside. These ones I've saved for a little while, so they're not as crispy as they were before, but you can see they're completely hollow. So just making crunchy cheesy pillows, delicious. If you like the strong sharp cheddar flavor, definitely use the sharp cheddar. I thought it was a little overpowering. I'm not a huge fan of like the cheddar or the Parmesan wisps because I think the flavor is overpowering. I'd rather have something a little bit more neutral. I picked up a few other types of cheese that I am going to experiment with today. And I'm also going to experiment with some different shapes and different techniques. I thought that the crunchy pillows would be really fun if I made them even smaller than this. So they're like little tiny bite-sized pieces. And then I also thought that I could make these, make them the same size as this again, but do the, like use a fork and poke holes in them so they don't puff up like the pillows. And so they'd be more like a Cheez-It cracker. I thought that would be really good. And I may come up with some other ideas during the course of this video to try, so we shall see. But I got provolone cheese, and this I specifically picked out the thin sliced ones. These ones that I did, I used just the Tillamook sliced cheese, so it was a little bit thicker, like this one. So I was curious how it would turn out with the really thin sliced cheese instead. So I'm gonna try that, and I figure this will be a pretty neutral flavor, so not an overpowering cheese flavor. I also had some pepper jack, so I'm gonna try that, and these are the thick slices again, so should get a similar result to the cheese pillows. And then I also picked up mozzarella. Again, this is gonna be a more neutral cheese flavor, so the cheese isn't overpowering. I also thought they would be really good with some Italian seasoning to make like a pizza cracker. Another idea that I thought of that maybe I'll try in this video is doing something like this, but bigger. Maybe I could do it with the round provolone cheese. I'm not sure if it'll work the same since it's thin sliced, but I thought if I could get a bigger pillow, or maybe like cut it in half triangularly and get two big triangles and see if that would puff up. You could fill that. It could almost be like a taco shell. Not quite a pita bread, although you use it kind of like a pita bread. Because it's crispy, it's not soft like pita. But anyways, I have all these things going on in my brain, and I'm just gonna be playing today in this video, and we'll see what we get. Just a quick break to say thank you to Element for sponsoring my crazy kitchen experiments. Element is an electrolyte supplement that I use every single day. I spent a lot of my adult life chronically dehydrated without really knowing it, and once I got electrolyte supplementation figured out. Totally changed my life. And I love using Element electrolytes because they're absolutely delicious. So I don't have to struggle to remember to take them every day. I look forward to taking them. They have lots of delicious fruity flavors and also some chocolate flavors that you can enjoy warm, which is really fun in the winter months. Right now, Element is offering my viewers a special deal where with any purchase you make from the Element website, you can get a free sample pack. And the sample pack has all 8 of their regular flavors, so you can try all 8 flavors, decide which ones you like, or you can pass this on to a friend. To get this deal, just go to my link, drinkelement.com/indigo. That's drinklmnt.com/indigo. Place your order and you will get your free sample pack. Thanks again to Element for sponsoring this video. Sponsors help me to produce free content for you guys, so it really means a lot when you support the companies that support me. I am going to be baking the crackers today on parchment paper lined pans. I do expect you could do these in the air fryer as well, although the cook time will probably change. And I liked doing them on the pan because it was just really easy to do a whole bunch at a time. I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven. Last time I cooked them at 350, and I'm going to just go ahead and do that again. I was considering bumping it up to 375, but I think I'll stick at 350 and we'll see how it goes. So if you haven't seen my protein breading recipes up to this point, the ingredients in the protein breading mix is pork rind crumbs, gelatin powder. I use Now brand beef gelatin powder, but I expect any other gelatin powder would work. And then also egg white powder or egg white protein powder. They're both the same thing. And that combination for me just works so much better than pork rinds alone. There's a crispiness, and the powders, I think, make the breading taste more starchy, like it gives that starchy flour type feel that I don't get from the pork rinds alone. Now, don't get me wrong, pork rinds alone are delicious, but I think the egg white powder and the gelatin just take it to the next level. And this is probably the most requested keto recipe that I have gotten from the family. My husband loves these, my kids love these. It's a little bit frustrating because I go to make myself some chicken nuggets or some onion rings for my meal, and everyone crowds around and is begging to eat it too. And then I have to make way more than anticipated. So I am going to use 1 recipe's worth of the breading, which is 2 ounces of pork rinds, 10 grams or 1 tablespoon of the gelatin powder, and then 40 grams or half a cup of the egg white protein powder. And that will just give me a good idea of how many slices of cheese I'm able to bread with that. And so you can kind of have an idea of how many of the crackers or pillow puffs you can make with 1 recipe's worth. 1 recipe's worth of breading is 110 grams. So I'm going to add that to my bowl over here. Then for my wet ingredients, I'm just going to use 1 egg to start. And again, we'll see how far we get with that. And then add in a little bit of cream. I typically just do a dash, which turns out to be 1 or 2 tablespoons. We'll go 1.5 tablespoons. Now, as far as spices, these are the 2 that I pulled out, but of course, if this works out, the spice combinations are endless. Anything that you would have on a cracker, you could have on these. I'm going to do some everything bagel and then also some Italian with the mozzarella and maybe with the provolone cheese. So this is the mozzarella, and I want to do some, oh, my oven is preheated, how wonderful. I want to do some in squares like this with the fork holes in there to see if they turn out more like Cheez-Its. I also want to do some of the pillows that are a little bit smaller, so I'll cut these into 4ths. And then I'm also going to try one just whole and see how that turns out. And I'm going to try one as a triangle. So if you haven't guessed already, all I'm doing is the same thing that I do with the chicken strips or the onion rings, is just throw it into the wet mixture, try to shake off the excess, throw it into the dry mixture, get it all coated, and then throw it on my tray. Okay, so some of these big ones, I'm just gonna do the fork holes here to see if that will keep them from puffing. And if I do see them puffing during cook time, I will spear them again and see if that works. I'll leave these two without holes, and then I'll leave some of the little ones without holes, but I thought I would try to do some with holes in the middle, just like Cheez-Its, and see how they turned out. And then these two I want to puff up because I want to see if they'll work for like some kind of a sandwich or taco pocket, sandwich pocket, taco shell, something like that. Okay, into the oven these go at 350, and I'm gonna time it to see how long it takes. It seemed like it was around 20 minutes last time. I forgot that one thing I did before was spray them with avocado oil spray. I don't know that this is 100% necessary, but I think it does give a little bit better of a brown. Now I think on the provolone, I am going to just add in the Italian seasoning. I should have added in the Italian seasoning before I finished up the mozzarella, but I just got into a groove. Do just a little sprinkle of garlic, probably like a teaspoon of Italian seasoning and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Maybe I'll do, since these are round, maybe I'll do pizza chips where they are supposed to look like tortilla chips or something. These have been cooking for about 10 minutes, and you can see that the fork holes did not help. So I'm going to try to do some now to see if it makes a difference. Come on, this is hard to do one-handed. And then we'll do a few of these. They're not wanting to, they just re-inflate after I pull the thing out. Yeah, I don't know if that's worth doing. All right, we'll see how that goes. Look at those ones back there. They look so cool. It looks like a wonton. Of course, it's an empty wonton, but it looks like one. Pizza chips are ready to go in. I'm going to give them a quick spray as well. I did do 1 whole and 1/2 again, just to see how those turned out. I also will be checking these a lot sooner because since it is that thin cheese, it might be done quicker. So that one recipe of breading breaded 12 slices of cheese. So that should give you an idea of how much you're going to need. I did have a little bit of the egg wash left over, so that was definitely plenty. I'm going to mix up some more, and I'm going to do some pepper jack ones. I'm not sure if those ones would be good with the everything but the bagel or the Italian seasoning. I might just add some Creole seasoning to make them a little bit more spicy. So there'll be some spicy crackers, and then I'll do a couple more of each of the provolone and the mozzarella and do the everything bagel on those. These mozzarella ones have been going for 25 minutes. So I'm hoping that once these cool a little bit, they'll be all the way crispy. Although if they are chewy, it won't taste bad. But I kind of just wanted them all the way crispy. This one feels pretty crispy. That one, look at that. Look at that pillow. Oh my gosh, I love it. That is so fun. You know what I just realized this looks like? Is a beignet. That's what it looks like. Not going to taste like a beignet, but it sure looks like one. These are coming along really nicely. They've been going for a little over 10 minutes, and I think they need a couple more minutes, but they smell really good. They smell like pizza, and I was thinking dipping in marinara sauce would be amazing. Just going to do a few pepper jack crackers, and I'm just going to add some Creole seasoning into the breading. I just pulled out some of the breading before I added the everything but the bagel seasoning in there, so I can try a little bit of spicy pepper crackers. Here's the last batch I'm going to cook. I have the pepper jack ones here, mozzarella here that I'm going to put the everything but the bagel on when there's 5 minutes left of cook time. Provolone ones that I'm going to put everything but the bagel at 5 minutes left of cook time. These short ones here are everything but the bagel mixed into the breading. These long ones are provolone with everything but the bagel mixed into the breading. So I'm going to spray these and we'll see how they all turn out. These Provolone ones have been going for about 18 minutes and they are looking pretty crispy. So I'm pulling these out. So definitely a shorter cook time than the thicker cheese. So I think these are super cute and I could see making a bunch of these and eating them kind of like Cheetos. It's funny because a lot of times we're trying to make a replacement for something, but then a lot of times when I'm experimenting, I end up with new things. That this isn't really a Cheez-It. It's kind of similar. It's a puff, but it's not really a Cheeto. I can't call it a cracker replacement or a Cheeto replacement. It's just a cheesy pillow, a carnivore cheesy pillow. So I'm going to do a quick crunch test. So if you don't like to hear crunching, you can fast forward about 10 seconds. I feel like the cheddar ones that I did before, they got really crispy, very much like as crispy as a cheese wisp or a moon cheese type snack. The mozzarella doesn't have as much fat in it, and maybe that caused it not to get quite as crispy. It is crispy still. I mean, let me pop one of these open here. It's just not as crispy as the cheddar. The flavor of the mozzarella is really good because it is a mild flavor, and mozzarella is just a really nice flavored cheese. So it is delicious. And this is even one that has no seasoning on it. So even with just the salt from the pork rinds, it's very good. Let's see about these provolone pizza chips. That has a nice ring to it. Provolone pizza chips. Puffy provolone pizza chips. And look at that. You could cut this in half and make it into a burger bun. Although, of course, it's very, very crispy. This didn't end up being quite big enough to do what I had thought of as open it up and put fillings in. But it's still going to be tasty. I'm going to go ahead and crunch this one. Way crunchier than that one, because it was that thinner cheese. The pizza seasoning really makes it good. That's so good. I think this is my new favorite. Thin provolone is the way to go. I just heated up some Muir Glen, no sugar added, Italian herb sauce. I'm going to try that with these crunchy chips. So these ones are very, very crispy. Very, like crunchable. All right, let's taste this. I've never had the fried ravioli from Olive Garden, but I imagine this could be similar. Definitely not the same because it's hollow inside, but similar. Now for this, I was wondering if I could cut a hole in it, put some sauce and pepperoni, and it would be like a crispy Hot Pocket. Probably gonna make a colossal mess, but that's okay because this is for science. We'll add a little bit of Parmesan. Obviously this already has cheese, but it's one really small, thin slice of cheese, so it's not like it's a ton. Throw that in there. You could, of course, add black olives and mushrooms and peppers and any kind of pizza toppings. Obviously, the pepperoni is cold, but it'll probably still taste good. Here we go. Seriously, I'm not complaining. It's pretty good, especially when you get down to the sauce down there. Very good. Okay, check out how cool these look. They look like breadsticks or still not quite Cheetos, but like breadsticks, those tall skinny breadsticks that you can get at like Italian restaurants. These are the provolone ones, and I did find that adding the everything but the bagel at 5 minutes till it's finished cooking, it's just falling off. It didn't stick. So definitely recommend adding it to the batter. So these are the pepper jack spicy crackers or spicy pillows. They are super cute, and I think they're going to be pretty crispy. They're still a little bit hot, so I'm going to let those cool off. Look at how adorable these are. I could see just making like a whole cup. It's kind of like crunchy cheese fries. I just think they're so cute, and they'd be so fun to eat. Really easy to dip also. Let me give this one a taste here. So crispy. Completely hollow inside. Everything but the bagel seasoning on there. Perfect. Ooh, that's so good. These are the mozzarella, everything but the bagel mini puffs, sticks. Again, more chewy. Although I do wonder if you were able to get the thin sliced mozzarella slices, if it would be crispy like the provolone. My suggestion with the mozzarella is save your mozzarella to make mozzarella sticks, because I've made those using cheese sticks and they were phenomenal. I cooked them in the air fryer and they were, I mean, they just tasted like mozzarella sticks from a restaurant. They were so good with some marinara sauce. So I'd say save your mozzarella for mozzarella sticks. If you're going to make these, try to get thin sliced provolone, because that it has like that really neutral taste. If you like the, you know, sharp cheddar taste, definitely go for the cheddar because it worked really well. These should be cooled down enough, so let me give them a real quick taste test here. The pepper spice hits you at the end, but the really strong cheesy flavor hits you at the beginning because it is the Monterey Jack is a little stronger of a cheese flavor. Ooh, and it does have a little bit of a bite to it with that Cajun seasoning. Those are really good. They remind me of the pepper jack moon cheese. I used to, when they had those at Costco, I enjoyed getting those because they got that nice pepper flavor. I bet my husband would really like these because he likes that little bit of spice. Very flavorful. Definitely a win. So I hope all of that experimenting was fun and possibly informative for you guys. I will try to write down a recipe or two of like the best things that I found here. And I will have those down in the description so you can check those out there. Let me know if you have any other ideas as far as flavors, seasonings, cheeses, cheese shapes, or thicknesses to try. I feel like there's so many opportunities with this that you could just go crazy. And there's got to be something we can do with these giant cheese pillows. Like there's just got to be something amazing you could do with these. If only they were like dessert flavored, you could fill them with cream and chocolate and deliciousness. But I just don't think that would work with pork rinds and cheese as the base. All right. Let's chat down in the comments. Hope you guys are all doing great, and I will see you again in the next video.
Try this one first.
That one has everything bagel seasoning, and it's crazy crispy.
It is really good. It tastes like a chicken nugget a lot.
Yeah, because it's got the same breading as the chicken nugget. All right, don't eat too much of it because you need to try the other ones. These are mozzarella cheese with everything but the bagel. So, and the mozzarella cheese I thought was more chewy than crispy.
Oh.
I mean, it's still got some crispiness to it, but it's just more chewy than the other ones, I should say.
Yeah.
What do you think of that
Firm
one?
but chewy.
Firm but chewy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like the cheese in it.
Okay. These ones are really crispy, and they're pepper jack.
Okay.
Super crispy, huh? Crunchy.
I like them.
Yeah, those are really
My
good.
favorite one of these is these ones.
Yeah. I thought those were really good too. And then you wanted to try the giant cheese pillow? Okay. That one's mozzarella, so it's probably going to be...
the whole thing.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. But you can try it.
Whoa. It's chewy.
It's more chewy. Can I see the inside?
Whoa.
Whoa. It's so weird, huh? What would you fill it up with?
More cheese?
Great choice. You're a culinary genius.
No, it could be like animal home, like a mouse.
Oh, a mouse could live inside of a cheese house.
Yes.
That would be
And then they
amazing.
can, once they're ready to move, they can eat it, then find a different home.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Here, wait, there's no more of these, so I just
Okay.
split this. No,
There's a couple more.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't see that.
All right, go ahead. That one's very crunchy.
It's crunchy on top, but there's sugar in the bottom. It's good.
Good?
Yeah.
Do you like everything bagel seasoning?
Yeah.
Okay, try one of these.
Yeah, these are really good. I like these ones
Okay.
a lot.
What about a pizza chip?
Pizza.
They're called Puffy Provolone pizza chips.
Looks like a guy. It almost tastes like these.
Yeah, they're both with provolone cheese. This one just has Italian seasoning, and this one has the everything bagel. So what's your favorite?
The sticks.
The sticks. Yep, I think the sticks are the winner all around.
They all taste really similar.
Well, yeah, they all have the same base ingredients, but I think the sticks got the crispiest with the provolone cheese, and I like the everything bagel, but you could do them with like any kind of seasoning.